Alright, hello and welcome in everyone. I'm your host, Code Wonderland, and we are playing The Farmer Was Replaced. Alright, no, I saw this game earlier today, honestly. Today being like May 16th, maybe the day this is posted, we'll see. Um, but yeah, no, I saw a friend of mine, Alexa, was playing this on, he had done a recording of it and put it up on YouTube. And I was like, wow, this looks right up my alley. As just a heads up, I've built actual farming robots. So, like, this game is about building farmer robots. Wild. I'm so hype. I've played tons of programming games, but nothing quite like this. So, it's pushed as an idle game. It gives me the kind of feel that it's going to be one of those programming games where there's a lot of programming up front, and then you just set up something and let it run for a while. But let's get started. We got this little helpful window here that keeps telling us what we got to do. Let's move it a little off to the side. Give ourselves a little bit of space. Try to move these around. Alright, this window contains information about everything in the game. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping the gray part of the window, just like a real desktop. To start programming, go to the first program page by pressing the following button. Boom. Alright, so we got this text editor here. It's real helpful. We can, let's see, program in these code windows. It can be edited like any text editor as long as it's not running. And you can execute the program directly by pressing the green button to play the button in the code. So, for instance, if I recall, bada bing, I can harvest. Look at that. Fancy. Now, like, there are other commands too. We're going to unlock more of them as we go. So, for example, do a flip. It harvests and does a flip. It's beautiful. I love it. What is this? Just one step of the code. Okay, so that's like your debug mode. Got it. And yeah, so collecting grass will give you hay. Hay can be used to unlock loops in the unlock menu. Open the unlock menu with the button in the top right corner. Let's just harvest a couple more times. Get some hay. We got 10 of them. Let's go to unlocks. Loops, oh, they only cost 5. Great. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is all fancy and helpful and whatnot. How do I? Okay, I see. Ah, can I zoom in and out? I can. I love this. Okay, this is a great setup. Oh my god. All right. So while true, we got loops now. We got 4 in while loops. For now, we're just gonna stick with some while loops. Normally, you would never want to do a while true. They have a setup in here so that they'll do some extra stuff so that it's not gonna just freeze your computer. That's yeah, right here. Normally creating an infinite loop is a bad idea because it will freeze the program, but this game there are delays between each iteration of the loop. Um, Now, on top of that, there's also this little friend right here, which effectively acts as an extra little sleep or delay. It's a trick, but it takes up time. So, we're not doing anything in that time. We can give grass time to grow or whatnot. But let's go ahead and start this. Gives the grass time to grow, and it keeps harvesting for us. Beautiful. So let's keep going. What do we unlock next? We can either get increases yield of the grass or increases the speed of the drone. I think we increase. I want to get more grass yield. Oh, it's 100. Oh, so this one's 20. Okay, so now we get this one. I take it all back. All right, so now we have faster execution. Doesn't really matter though because now we are actually matching the speed of the grass because we have this extra duo flip. You can see if we stop this, take out this, it's not giving it time to grow. So we put that back, gives it time to grow. That's all fancy and helpful and whatnot. We could also create new windows for new code so I can like start working on something else off to the side. Have this be my main active loop. And for now, this is just called F0, but we'll call it, can I rename it? How do I rename it? Huh, I don't know how to rename it. I know I will be able to eventually. Let's keep going. Alright, so we can get planting, and we can get increases yield. Ooh, I do like the idea of getting movement. Maybe we get planting first. Alright, so plant entities dot bush. So let's go here. Oh, we can call clear to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. That's pretty helpful, actually. So let's make a second thing here. Clear is a nice reset. And actually, we don't want a while true clear. We want to just clear at the beginning of our program. That way, we're effectively... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to shift tab, which would normally reverse tab, but that's not what happened there. It's okay. So we clear at the beginning. That way we're resetting the farm in the drone position. This seems very important. Um, then we plant... Uh, let's see... We have if can harvest, right? If can harvest. Harvest plant entities dot bush. Else do a flip. And that should work for now. We can't check to see if there's anything there or anything like that, but we're clearing the beginning, so we're starting out in a decent spot. If we grow one thing of grass, it's not the end of the world. We'll just harvest that first thing of grass, and then we'll plant the entities dot bush. Alright. And it's going to keep doing a flip until this is ready. Beautiful. And yeah, and it does end up growing a little bit of grass immediately, because grass grows if you don't plant anything. That's not terrible. We're going to get both of these things. We need 200 grass, 100 grass, 30 grass. So we actually don't even really want this script to be running right now. Yeah, okay. And yeah, we're just saving up for this. Really. We got to get the next upgrade really in any direction. We could go to senses as well, but I think we go ahead and get the increases yield of grass. That way we can start getting more plots. Uh, we have all of these different things. I don't really know what a lot of these are. I know these. I certainly know what these are. And I'm very excited to get all of these because I feel like they're going to really... That, maybe this, this. Ah, man. I feel like there's dinosaurs? Wow, there's debug stuff, benchmark stuff. Senses is going to be what's important too. Yeah, I feel like what's going to end up happening is there's going to be all of this section that I'm going to end up unlocking last. Like, I'm going to get all of the stuff that I need to... Mazes? Like, what the heck? I'm going to get all of the things that actually give me programmer functionality, because that seems the most important for a player like myself. And I like that this game gives you a lot of options. If you aren't like super familiar with programming, if you want to just like play around, you can definitely just start with some of the simpler stuff. Come over here, just do some carrots, mess with that, do some simple loops like this for a while. I'm gonna make some broken stuff. And you know, that's just what I do. That's just how I play these games. But you shouldn't put yourself up to those standards. However, if you ever do want... knocking my controllers. I have a controller that's plugged in for no good reason. I'm not even playing a game that can use a controller. But yeah, no, if you want to just play this game in a very simple, idle-like manner, you absolutely can. The thing about idle games, though, is, the goal is always... It's not necessarily that you're getting stuff for nothing. You're continuously increasing your idle production. That's what idle games really end up being at the end of the day. And, I love an idle game on my computer as well, because then I can just kind of leave it in the background and play around with it a little bit off stream or whatnot. For this one, I'm doing a YouTube recording, but, I've done some other similar kinds of games to this on stream. In particular, I did Bitburner a while back, and that one was fun for a while. It ended up just being a lot of prestige and redo the same things over and over again. Alright, I think we have enough for this and this. Beautiful. So now we have positioning. And we really need to just change our whole setup now. Let's just create a new script here. I still don't know how to name these. Can I name this one now that I've started it? Yeah. Okay. basic planting. All right, clear. Wild, nope, not wild. Well, yeah, wild true. We're wrapping everything on a wild true because that's how we keep things going. All right, so for I in range 3, because that's how big the plots are right now. I'm assuming we're going to get more information, and this is currently just one-dimensional, but for now, this will work. If can harvest, we harvest. We're still just getting grass at the moment. We're not really worried with anything else, so that's fine. Else, move south. And yeah, the reason why I'm doing this in this for loop instead of just doing this is going to give us some kind of idea of where we are over time. So we're going to call this basic movement. Interesting. I thought clear return the position. Table of contents. If... Nope, it wasn't in here. Where was it? Oh, external editor? Huh. Was it in plants? Yeah, clear is supposed to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. Oh, is this the reset drone position? Is it north? Let's just try move north, do a flip, clear. Some testing here. Yep, so the reset position is right there. So good to know. Oh, have I not unlocked for loops? Oh yeah, no, I've just unlocked while loops. Okay. So then, effectively, I'm just taking this whole thing, copy, paste, get rid of this. I still can't. I wish I could shift click or shift tab to go back, but I cannot. Move this down, and we run main. Alright, that should start generating some decent money. Oh, we do need wood for this. Let's get this next, maybe? Let's try copying this while that's running. We're going to call this jank movement because we're not going to have an I loop. Oh, we don't have variables. Ah. I was going to just do... Ah, I can't do that. Interesting. Alright. Well, we've got enough for senses. Ooh. Okay. Oh, nice. We have none now. Okay. So we're just going to recall this one testing. For now, just plant entities dot bush. Okay, let's get our wood up. Alright, once we get that, we'll get operators. Or do we want debug? Both of these are helpful. I feel like we need operators, though, because I really need variables. Oh, but I'm going to need carrots for that, so I'm going to have to get carrots. So I get operators, then debug, and then carrots. Alright. Operators. Oh, I need 300. Okay. Clear this. Get some more hay. I keep looking at OBS as if to see somebody in chat because I'm so used to streaming and not recording for YouTube. I feel like this is going pretty nicely so far, though. Look at that, we hit 300. Alright, so we are getting operators. All of the operators that one would expect. Beautiful. Honestly, I assumed that I had these. Oh, note, all numbers in the game are floating point numbers. Okay. Okay. That's your floor. Got it. I already know how all that works. Beautiful. Simple stuff. Also, yeah, alright, so if I ever wanted to edit this stuff off stream, I could just load this all up in a real code editor. Great. Just looking at that. Available functions. Harvest, can harvest, plants, move, get position X, get position Y, get entity type, get ground type, get current game time. Interesting. Time in seconds to the start of the game. Okay. Do a flip, num items, clear. Okay. I like this nice dictionary of all the functions. It's very helpful. Let's stop this for a second. Let's do plant entities, not entity. Can I type? Dot bush. There we go. And I could do something based off of like the number of items that I need, but I'm gonna need to change it anyway every single time to adjust for the number of things that I need. So I'm like, why even bother? I still don't have variables, so it doesn't really matter that much. So we'll get debug, or do I just? I probably get debug because it's gonna take me a minute to get carrots. Quite honestly. Also, can I continue to do this? Ah, I can. Got it, got it. So some of these things, like expand, I definitely needed to just go ahead and do. Alright. Now, oh, beautiful. Now I got a farm loop, for loop. Dear God, thank you. Okay, so for I in range 3, uh, and then for J in range 3. Okay. So if can harvest, harvest. If I is less than 2, is this range? It's Python, so it should be exclusive. Yeah. Okay. So if I is less than 2, plant entities dot bush. That way we'll have 2 things of bushes, or 2 columns of bushes and 1 column of grass. Else move north, and then move, what is that, east? I'm guessing we're staying on the bottom left, and this is the first quadrant. So like if you remember quadrant in algebra, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the top right, 2 is the top left, 3 is the bottom left, 4 is the bottom right. So like, the graph would be here and here. We're coming from a center point here outwards. That's my assumption. We're about to find out. Yeah, I think I'm right. Oh, something's not right. So wait, so what's happening here? So if can harvest, harvest. We don't want an else here. We always want to move north. Every time. Try it again. Alright, now this is working. Yeah, it messes up a little bit in the beginning and it skips that first one because it's already grown in grass, but that's fine. So we got 2 rows of grass, or 2 columns of bushes rather, and 1 column of grass. I like this so far. What is our next unlock that we're aiming for? We can expand the range even further. We need carrots. We can increases the yield of grass. We can increase the speed of the drone. I think we do that, and I think we do that. So we're just chilling with all this stuff. Yeah, okay. Then we get carrots. We're almost there. I like my little piggy bank drone too. It's good. It's working hard. Alright, 92. We're literally almost there. There we go. We got carrots. Alright, so we'll need to buy carrot seeds with the new trade function. Alright. Alright, so we do need to till the soil. Carrots need seeds to grow. You can buy carrots seeds at the new trade function. Okay. So let's stop this for a moment. Because we need to start throwing carrots into here. So we put this here. So testing code. Now, we need to trade. Let's look at trade for a second. Look at the trade section for a second. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Alright, so trade. Okay. So we want to just trade for item carrot seed. So let's change this. So if I equals 0, we'll plant a bush. So for the first row, we'll plant a bush. Elif I equals 1, plant entities dot carrots, and then if I mouse over, what? Plant costs 1 carrot seed. All right. if num items dot carrot seed is less than 1, trade we want items dot carrot seed. You zoom in a little bit, make this a little bit easier to see. I know. Give me a second. All right, space this out a little bit so it's a little bit easier to see. I'm assuming I can add comments, right? What is that in Python? This? Yeah. Let's see. Determine plant type by row or column. Only harvest when available. Always keep moving. And then we'll put the same comment over here. Not that. There we go. And I'm going to put end of J loop here and put a little space. End of I loop. This will be very helpful later. Alright. So we got our columns and buy seeds, plant the carrot. How much does this cost? Oh, we can afford that. That's fine. But what it does mean is that we do need to keep up with planting our bushes, and then we plant our carrots. So, let's run this. Oh, I messed that up a little bit. Okay. So we have carrot seeds. Do I need to plant items dot carrot seed? Entities dot carrots then. Okay. So I have the seeds. What? I'm so confused. That's right. And we have, let's see, census. Make sure ground is tilled if get ground type does not equal grounds dot. I'm guessing it would be soil, because once it's tilled, it's soil, no longer turf. Then we would do till, right? There we go. Alright. this over here, put this over here. We can trash this because we've got basic movement down now. We've got basic planting down now. We'll keep testing here just for future reference, just in case, and keep it running. And let's just check our available functions. So, trade. If we go to that, what is that? Does that return something? Because if it returns something, then we can determine if it failed. I wonder. And we don't have variables yet, so we kind of gotta just keep going anyway. It's fine. Oh, speaking of, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna wait until they harvest this. And I'm gonna stop this because that's fine. I know we're losing out on a little bit of seeds, but it's okay. So, has seeds equals false. I forgot it's tab, not enter. There we go. And then we update it here. So I could just do it here, but then it would only be available within this loop. So I declare it here. I update it here. And then here. This thing does not quite act like a code editor. I see why they're like, if you really want a code editor, just go use one. Has seeds. We plant carrots. That way we don't have any kind of an error later if something goes wrong and we don't have the wheat in the wood. If we change up the layout of our farm, we're not going to break on the carrot clause. And eventually we should break these out into functions too. But that's fine. Oh wait, what happened to has seeds equals, there we go. There we go. If not has seeds, there we go. So now we're checking to see how many seeds we have. So if we have any in our inventory, we're not just going to ignore them. If we don't have any, then we try to trade, see if we have any. We know that we want this row to be soil anyway, so we go ahead and till it. So even if we can't get the seeds, it'll be tilled for next time. Then if we have seeds, we plant the seeds. This works great. So we need 100 to get functions. That's going to be incredibly helpful. Watering would be nice. Debug is also nice. We don't need anything other than... Oh yeah, we can go ahead and get this. So we just get breakpoints. That's helpful. We get print statements. I do love those. Interesting. Quick print, which prints only to the output window. What is the output window? Is there a new window? Oh. Ah. Okay. So let's go back to debug, read that again. And so it just prints it into the air if I don't do it there. But if I do quick print, it prints it to the output window. That way I can reference it later. It stores it in a log. So this is effectively log versus this is print. I don't know why they made this quick print, but that's okay. Logs are very helpful because sometimes you want to just be able to get like some live feedback. When you're testing is when you get a lot of live feedback. But whenever something's in production and you're leaving it running for a while, you're not always going to see something that just pops up in the air. If I leave this running in the background, I'm not going to see something that pops up in the air. That's when you log it instead to your output file so you can check it later. Alright, so now we are up to a ton of carrots. Alright, so we got functions. And it just works like functions work. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so let's clean this up a little bit. And let's just write this here. Can I copy this? I can. Def plant carrots. Still can't do that. I wonder if I can import. Alright. So, planting. Let's try this. From planting, import. Do I not have to import it? Does it just imports? Okay, that's helpful. Good to know. So, plant carrots. And we can leave this as plant entities.bush because it's not super complicated. And let's or I equals 1 and j equals 0. That way, if we're in this spot, we'll plant bushes. Reason being, we're spending basically all of our wood planting carrots, so let's not do that. And see, we got a bush right there. So hopefully this should allow us to catch up a little bit on wood production. Yeah, because we're going to need some of that to get more land. Once we have some more land too, we'll probably do 2 rows of bushes to 1 row of land. Now I wonder, senses. Can I sense how big the ground is? Because that would make life a lot easier. No? Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's increase this a little bit. Actually, I have an idea. Because grass grows super fast. And because this is on an elif statement, we'll just continue to do this if this doesn't hit. And then if we don't do anything else, effectively our else statement will grow grass. There we go. And now our wood's catching up a little bit. Because our wood just takes so long. And we got plenty of carrots in the bank. We also have so much grass. Let's look at some of this other stuff. Interesting. We can water plants. How much is an empty tank? Tanks fill up automatically. The fill rate is 0.5% of the number of empty tanks per second. So if you have 100 empty tanks, one of them will refill every 2 seconds. And a tank can hold 0.25 water. They really make water, like... Oh my god. Not that the programming's super complex for it. I mean, I gotta think about it for a minute. But, like, we're in the Sahara over here. Like... Oh my god. If you have 100 tanks, you can get a quarter of enough water for one plot in 2 seconds. Like, what? That's crazy. So you really gotta ration your water, too. I know I'm not watering things anytime soon. At some point I'll play with it, but not at the moment. I could probably get multi-trade if I really want to. I don't really have a reason for it yet. Well, maybe watering, dear God. What was I upgrading next? What's utilities? Min-max absolutes, okay. Lists would be nice. Dictionaries would be nice. I need chests for that. I go to the maze for the chest, so I need pumpkins and carrots. Okay. And I've caught up a bit on my my wood at this point. My wood production is definitely looking a lot better. Let's expand. We can get more grass. I don't care. Let's get this if we can. Just looking at other things that we can do to really help out. Minimizing the use of the grass is going to be very helpful. I wonder what this looks like now. A mess. Alright. So if I is less than or equal to 1, we'll plant bushes. Else, if this equals 2, we plant carrots. And I think that'll work for now. Alright. I kind of want to get multi-trade before I get watering, honestly. Okay, so yeah, so these two are moving up at an even rate. I'm just watching this for a second. Because it's spending 4 of these in the time that it takes to make 8 of these. So, we get 4 carrots for each 8 log, or we get, it costs 4 logs to make 4 carrots, 1 log per carrot. Yeah. So I'm like, my brain is going to multiple things at the same time and it's not working. My brain does not work that well. I really wish it did. Alright, let's increase the yield of the grass even more in just a second because, I mean, nothing else is using grass anymore except for buying seeds. So it'd be nice to just get a little bit further ahead with that. Alright. And I think it just is grass that uses grass now, other than buying seeds. We're almost enough to get multi-trade. It probably makes sense to use that for watering, because that's going to really speed up a lot of things to allow us to get faster stuff. we're gonna need that for that. We could do trees first. What would be the benefit of trees? I honestly don't know. I'm looking at these unlocks and I don't need trees for any of them. Automatically unlocks things. What does that even mean? This is definitely a prestige game, for sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the point of trees are. I mean, I feel like I should get them. Trees are a better way to get wood than bushes. They give 5 wood each like bushes, and they can be planted on grass or soil. Trees do like to have some space planting right next to them. It will slowly... Okay. Ooh. What's the hint? Oh, well, I mean, that would be helpful if I didn't already have this system. So that's saying that if I wanted to do something like on every even tile I plant trees, as if I'm only planting trees, as if I'm not intercropping. Um, Here's the thing. I think what we do... Now wait. A times double for each tree that is on a tile directly to the... Oh! Okay. Okay, I see. I see. So how do I want this to go? We need to just alternate bushes and trees effectively. So let's make a new function. Let's call it def plant wood. Pass for now. So we're going to pull all this logic out to here, but let me just do it here first. So if I is less than equal to 1, we go into this section. I realize that I can make this cleaner. Give me a sec. If I equals 0, if j modulo 2 equals 0, plant entities dot bush, else plant entities dot tree. And actually, I wonder, because it's more efficient, can I just do 1 row? So do it this way. I was gonna make it so we do 2 rows, but we don't actually need to. And how are we doing on... Let's try something real quick. If you're less than or equal to 2, let's plant carrots. I did not check the rate. They get 5 wood each versus the 1. So yeah, so I think that should be enough, right? I think so. I think that should be enough to pay for our carrots. Plant wood, and then we'll call this row. Oh, because we're using this file. Got it. And let's plant wood. Copy, paste. Oh, sorry. J. All right. And I gotta say, I think this is looking pretty good. Any other unlocks we want to grab real quick? Oh, wow. Heck yeah. Just massively increased the yield of bushes and trees. Okay, okay, and so I can increase the cost of carrot seeds as well to kind of match it. Well, the cost and the yield. Sunflowers and power. Interesting. We could trade multiple items at once. That's very important. I think we go for that. That way, as we trade for water, we can do that. Let's just look at any other things that we want to buy real quick. Make carrots more expensive. And because we added that extra logic before as to whether or not we have seeds or not, notice that we didn't fill all of these spots because we aren't producing enough. If has seeds, else, should we plant wood? Is that crazy? Nah, nah. We just hold off for now. We just hold off for now. We don't need to be doing anything crazy. We'll get more wood back soon. Probably. Let's let this run for a second. See, are we truly outpacing, even with the 2 upgrades to wood production? Are we outpacing our wood production here? We went down to 58. Went down to 69. Down to 78. Down to 85. Okay, so we're gaining. Not super fast, but we're gaining. Yeah, alright. It's not as fast, but also I'm not super upset about that. We should get the grass upgrade. Maybe, oh wait. Well overdue on this feed upgrade. That should help our grass harvesting, I'm assuming. Yeah. This is beautiful. Look at this efficiency. Yeah, honestly, the faster we speed up the drone, just the faster they get to the grass at the end. Just the more profit on that regard. Which grass is still important. Honestly, increasing the yield next probably makes the most sense. And how much does this expand? Oh, we need pumpkins for that. We haven't quite got there yet. We haven't even started really with the water yet. Water really feels like a next time thing. It seems like a nice boost, like something we definitely want to do. Honestly, this is probably one of the most visual and stimulating versions of programming, like, lessons that I've ever seen. Because again, like, you know, I certainly am coming into this with a little bit more experience than I think that your average gamer jumping into this would. You know, I understand a lot about programming. I have a whole computer science degree specialized in IoT programming, which is exactly the kind of thing that this is. Just a simulation of IoT programming. But, you know, a lot of the logic is very much the same. But it's nice to see that, like, in an hour, I've got this zooming little bot. I'm curious about getting multiple drones after a while and, like, sectioning out the field. I feel like that could be really interesting. There's a lot of potential to just do really broken stuff with this game. Almost at 1,000. Hey! And we already have 1,000 carrots. I wonder what we could spend that on. I'm sure there's something. Alright. We got that going. We don't need to up the carrot production at this point, right? Like, we need to upgrade the trees first. Alright, we'll get the trees. Let's look at this. Oh my god. It's so quick. Look at this guy. Just rolling. Freaking blowing through the fields. How much is the next grass upgrade? A lot. A lot. Oh my god. I could upgrade carrots. I just don't want to yet. But maybe I should. I mean, we're just sitting here. Yeah, we go for it. I'm gonna regret it. Let's watch this drain. Went down to 20, 216, 228, 231, 234, 231 again, 228. We're about breaking even. Yeah, we really need to get this trees upgrade. But we're almost there. Oh, that's right. We go through this a little bit faster now, too. The carrots know no bounds. What? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Alright, so sunflowers collect the power of the sun. You can harvest that power. Planting them works exactly the same way as planting carrots, except for you have to buy sunflower seeds instead of carrot seeds. However, when you harvest a sunflower, the power of all the sunflowers on the farm flows together into the harvested plant. Thus, harvesting a sunflower yields power equal to the square root of the number of sunflowers on the farm. Wild. Ridiculous. Only one of the sunflowers with the most petals can handle this. If you harvest a sunflower that doesn't have the most petals, all of the sunflowers on the farm will destroy all of the sunflowers on the farm. Yeah, that's annoying. But you can measure that with the measure command. So you can see the number of petals on the sunflower under the drone. So you have to keep track of all of them. Oh, and this power makes it so that our drone runs twice as fast, which honestly, I feel like the speed of our drone really isn't the problem. Like, real talk, I feel like our speed of our drone is A-okay. We're doing just fine. If anything, it's really that crop growth with the water that we want to focus on before we do that. Alright, we can't get cactuses without chests. We need pumpkins for this. We can unlock pumpkins. Pumpkins grow on, like carrots on tilled soil. They require pumpkin seeds to be planted, which cost 1 carrot each. When all pumpkins are fully grown, they grow together to form a giant pumpkin. The yield of a giant pumpkin is the cubed side length of the pumpkins. Wait. So you still have to fill the field with pumpkins. But it's a good idea to get pumpkins as big as possible before harvesting. So in theory, you know, we could just get a 4x4 plot of pumpkins. So we'll get 64 instead of 16, which would be great. We would love that. However, the problem is that 1 in 5 pumpkins will die before they grow up, which means that even if you plant a pumpkin on every tile in a square, one of the pumpkins may die and prevent the mega pumpkin from growing. The pumpkin that dies will simply disappear so you can plant a new one. So what we do for that is we basically have to focus on growing the entire field. So let's make a copy of main real quick. Can I make a copy? Where did the new file go? Is it buried under one of these bigger files? It is. Yeah. Okay. So, we need pumpkins, right? If num items... Well, let's copy this. Let's pause this for a second. If num items dot caret is greater than num items dot pumpkin, yeah, I know. I'm just zooming in. It's okay. I have the same fight with real coded editors every time. So we plant pumpkins. Else plant carrots. And the thing about pumpkins are made from carrots. So in this weirdo world, so let's make an additional file, and Oh wait, we don't want to cut that because we want to just leave that just in case we want that normally. Plant normally. Actually, I'm going to call this called plant basics. There we go. Oh wait, no. This should be plant basics. This should be plant pumpkins. Pumpkin production. Call that there. And take all this. Def plant basics. Okay. Basics. And then as an alternative here, let's copy this. Let's paste it here. All right. So we have senses. All right. Num ripe pumpkins equals 0. Plus equals 1. Okay, so we increment the number of ripe pumpkins. Let's go back to pumpkins for a second. Do I harvest them all at once? Oh, okay. Cool. They just become one giant pumpkin. Cool, 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 cool. If get entity type is not equal entities dot pumpkin, trade items dot pumpkin seed, till if get ground type does not equal ground dot soil, till plant, and we plant entities dot pumpkin, not the pumpkin seed. All right, and then we don't want to look and see if we can harvest on things that aren't pumpkins, so we skip over it if it's not that. So we make that an elif, and then we keep moving. So let's see what happens if we do pumpkin production. Oh, that's right. I need to rename this. All right, now 1 in 5 pumpkins should die. So we replant. Beautiful. Now stop. Let's just harvest. Just so we don't mess that up. Delete. If num, not that. Ripe pumpkins equals 16. Harvest. Okay. Beautiful, and it just scans the whole field there at the end to make sure. Our pumpkins are still less than our carrots, so we're planting pumpkins. Um, let's stop for a second. Um, excuse me. Put this here. Why is this not wanting to work? There we go. Let's see. Has seeds equals num items dot pumpkin seeds. I don't know what happens sometimes with this darn editor. Items dot pumpkin seed. And then if, and we should know, but it's okay. We're still gonna, if not has seeds, has seeds equals trade that. And then if has seeds. There we go. So let's I mean honestly, I mean it's a shame we're about to delete all these pumpkins, but it is what it is. Um what, oh, I spelled pumpkin seed wrong. There we go. Yeah, alright. The farmer has been replaced, you guys. It's all over. It's the end times. We've done it. I think that about calls it for us for today. Yeah, no, if you liked the video, please make sure to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, all the things. But yeah, otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.